On this episode of Stokes Wagon
The wind is causing
RV.
waves on the street. Alright, I got to go too far.
We started out on a beautiful morning, heading out to the Hideaway RV Resort in Socastee, South Carolina. It was the 4th of July weekend and we were traveling during a pandemic. But our beautiful morning, well, it didn't last. We ran into a little trouble where I had to do some unfortunate roadside repairs in the middle of a lane. But we finally made it, set up camp, and oh my, it was beautiful. We were at site number 88, which was an end site, as you can see. And from our front yard, we could see the whole park. It was quite beautiful. And such a sunny South Carolina day. We couldn't ask for anything better. The next morning, we cooked breakfast. And there's nothing better than having breakfast outside at your campsite. So I'm in my truck looking through my toolbox for a battery for my fan because even in the morning, it was terribly hot. Now where did I put that? I know it's somewhere in there. Probably under all the other stuff that I packed that I really didn't need. Ah, there it is. Now I get to eat.
Taking a video of yourself drinking coffee right now.
And all these, this is what I'm doing. All these travel photographs back.
It's funny to me when these like giant trailers say super light.
Pop up.
Oh, wow, that was the pop-up.
I think ours is ultra light. What's lighter, super or ultra? And that's the question for the ages.
So I decided to head towards the store, which was really close to our site, just literally a couple blocks away at the most. It was an easy walk, and that was one of the benefits of Site 88.
To our right, you can see our pool. It's a very nice pool, Katie said. She really liked it a lot. And there's some really nice sites, it looks like, right beside the pool, so that's a pretty good option there. Maybe we will walk over there after I get some ice cream. I love ice cream. So does my daughter. Alright.
Now, the store is pretty basic. There's not a lot in there. You've got the basic soaps and cleaning supplies you need, along with some paper products like plates and cups and trash bags. They even have a small section for things you might have left at home that you need for your trailer, such as wheel chocks and leveling blocks. They even have some firewood when it's not 110 degrees, some soda, and even some basic tackle in case you want to go fishing. But overall, they were a little short of merchandise. One thing I was wanting really bad was a Hideaway RV Resort sticker. Where is it? There wasn't any. There's Kim at the desk, I believe. Wonderful person, the manager. Unfortunately, most of their merchandise, though, was made for the winter. Sweatshirts and long-sleeve t-shirts. Well, I can't use that for another 8 months. They only had a t-shirt I could buy. I would probably bought 2. Now I had to take the audio out of this segment because the air conditioning was so loud you couldn't hear me, because I had it blasting, because it was literally 100 degrees today. But mainly I was talking about how I used to live in Myrtle Beach and I was a fireman there, and I had a house right down the road from Hideaway, and how most of my family still lives there. And I was mostly just reminiscing, talking about old times, and wishing I could give you a tour. But the only part I had that actually came out of this segment is this one right here.
And supposedly, there at one time, I don't know if this is, the Horry County Museum in Conway actually had a picture of my graduating class through the #1 merged class to go through the fire academy. Not sure if it's still there, but it's neat to know at one point it was. Only someone get some gas here.
No, I'm not bragging. I was just going down a trip of memory lane. I wanted to take you with me. But my wife said you probably wouldn't care it anyway, so I cut it all out and we couldn't hear it. Now, I will say this. One of the really good points of Hideaway is there's stuff all around you. Grocery stores, gas stations, and some local restaurants. So you're never too far from having to get something, but you're far enough away from the hustle bustle of downtown Myrtle that you don't have to worry about the big crowds. Now, today wasn't all pleasant. Unfortunately, what you're about to see, we had a tiny accident when Katie decided to wash some dishes. There happened to be a knife or 2 in the sink that she didn't see, and I had to be an EMT again.
Something's up with my dome.
Alright, got that.
It's got all these thoughts and feelings in it. That's because I hate my dad. Come on, man. Just give me the power of thinking. Everyone knows the superhero
Hold that.
with feelings powers is always sent in a trap. I'm not fun anymore. Can I at least control people's minds? No, just thinking if you will. Why are my lips doing the wiggles?
It's starting to bleed to the tape. And my finger has a pulse.
Yeah, it's going to. Now, in the makeshift,
Well, since Katie's healing, let's go on a tour.
now off the main road on Dix Pond Road, right across the street, there are jet ski rentals and boat rentals. So you can literally just walk across the street and rent you a jet ski or a boat. So that's super convenient. This is very nice right here. I'm sure that bench smell will burn hot. Sitting out here. Iced tea, water. Really pleasant. There Intercoastal Waterway is pretty busy around this area. I know I've been up and down it several times when I lived here. We got a nice little volleyball court. It's not level, so I just see a whole bunch of twisted ankles, but or at least me. But it's nice for them to actually have it. I would suggest putting some cornhole boards out here, up on the flat level ground. Now that'd be a little safer, a little nicer. Oh look, there's another dock over here. Let's go over here and check that out. Oh wow, this is somewhere where you can actually dock your boat. This is nice. So yeah, this is super nice right here if you look. A nice little place where you can dock your boat. Fantastic. This really, really pushes Hideaway up a notch here. I think with some small improvements, this place could be phenomenal. If more people get the word out. And I hope that's what I'm doing. Still walking the Intercoastal Waterway. They have these nice little swings. You can sit there and swing. My wife and daughter sat there and swung the other day. Really enjoyed their morning. This looks like where an old dock used to be. If you look at that dock, you can see there's an old fire hose down the side. So this was something where somebody docked a boat. You put that on there so your boat wouldn't rub up against it instead of, say, a rubber rail. Lots of fire pits around here. Another dog station. Lots of dog stations, which is a good thing. I think that might be a waste basket there, but there's no bag in it, so, or a trash can in it. Shall we gather at the river? Now I like that. Wait, a swing trail for the swing bridge dock. That's neat. Look over here. This is a primo site right here. This is nice. You can see it's fully paved. It's got a picnic area there, brand new paved. It looks decently level. Let's see what site number this is. This is wonderful. Now it's a pull through, as you can see. This is site 15. So yeah, if you really want a good site, right here, site 15. This would be nice. You got a tree here for shade. You'd have to pull a little forward if you have a slide out here. So everything would probably be behind you, unless you pull in this way. Yeah, no, you would have to pull in this way. So everything would sort of be aft of your travel trailer or your RV. So just keep that in mind. Most likely your hookups would be right there at it, unless you're like mine, the water's forward, but that's no big deal. Just don't run off the edge here. Now if you want to be all by yourself, look at site 7 here. It's very small, it's a back end, shaded.
Now I had to turn the audio off here because my narration got way off track. I was walking. I wasn't paying attention on what side things were. So we're looking at these sites that look really neat. There's shade around them, but after looking and giving a second thought, everything's sort of the opposite the way they should be. In other words, if you backed into these sites, because I thought they were pull-throughs, but they're back ends, your hookups would be where your front door is from every travel trailer I know. And that would just be peculiar. It'd be great for pop-ups or some very small, say class C's or B's. But overall, the sites were great if the hookups were on the other side. Now you could go through there and, of course, use that one site I was showing you, and you'd have a humongous backyard, so to say, or a beautiful look through your dinette if you're set up like mine. Now you can see these sites to my right. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Now we'll point out to my left here, those sites weren't level. There was a Class A in there. I don't see how they actually slept in that thing because it was nowhere near level. And there was actually one, I think it might be coming up, I might not have got it on film, where the tongue of the travel trailer was almost bottomed out and the back had as many blocks as I've seen on its leveling jacks, which is quite unfortunate. I wish they would level those out. That was the only weird sights in the whole park. The rest were all pretty good.
Now here, I thought was the entrance, which is off Dick Pond Road. Sort of a back gate to it. It's nice and paved, and then you hit the dirt road. I wish they'd paved the whole area. But there's a gate to it, and I can't remember if they said you can exit here, but you can't enter here. I can't remember, it's one or the other. Fortunately, somebody allowed us to get in. Trash recycling. Good day, sir.
All right.
Another pet waste station, that's really nice. Got a fifth wheel heading home. Now, if you want another really great back end site, they're obviously newer. 83, 84, 85, and 86. Let's take a look at these. Obviously brand new concrete. You've got that little picnic table area. Gives you a little more room. Very flat. Here, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful shade. I'm going to give us a sky view of this. This was really nice. Lots and lots of shade. don't have much of a so-called front yard, but it's paved right here. It's nice. But in the South Carolina heat, this would be a good area. Up here again are the bathhouses, bathrooms. So when you get over in this area, you're gonna be right there at them. Here we are back at the Stokes Wagon RV.
And it's time for some Candyland. I mean, come on, isn't this fantastic? This is what's really going to a campground is really about. Instead of the hustle bustle, the big hotels with all the noise around down the beach, you get to spend some quality time with the family. I haven't played Candyland since I was a kid. Bought this game for $7 just for this trip to play with my daughter. And I have to tell you, it was an absolute blast to play. And I think she loved it more than me. And as you can see, I can have some serious ice cream eating skills with that. I told you, I love my ice cream. Now in the game, I'm pretty sure me can beat me. That's my daughter. Multiple times. So I'm no Candyland king. I will tell you that right now. At Hideaway, they have this wonderful walking trail that goes around a small pond. It was absolutely one of the highlights of our trip.
Oh, they got paddle boats.
Where is I don't see anything about paddle boat rentals? Really? Don't go big now.
Watch your step here. There could be snakes.
I've never seen snakes in here. Someone's slithering in this forest.
Memory Stroll Fishing Hole.
Someone's slithering in this forest.
Oh, look at the scenery. This place was absolutely beautiful. Now, doesn't that just look peaceful? Wouldn't you love to stand there and fish your day away? Or sit out on one of the observation decks and just enjoy the tranquility? Ah, so peaceful. Meek and met the Intercoastal Waterway. Ah, listen to that. The sound of the 4th of July. Listen very carefully and you'll hear the sound of the fireworks blasting in the far distance. If you listen very carefully, you'll hear the best sound I've ever heard. And that is my daughter having the time of her life. On this trip, it didn't go perfect. We almost had a breakdown, we had some bad weather, and we even had some bleeding fingers. But we also had some absolutely beautiful memories that we made as a family. The Hideaway RV Resort was a true gem. It's one my family will never forget.